Hello my keto peeps, it's Samaya and welcome back to my channel, I Don't Sugarcoat. Do you like eating cookie dough? Well, so do I. So today I'm going to show you how to make edible keto cookie dough. So let's get started. Before we begin, today's video is sponsored by Wholesome Provision. As you guys know, they are a company located locally here in the US, and I just love using their products. You've seen me use their lupin flour, you've seen me use their allulose sweetener blend, I've used their sprinkles, their chocolate chips, and I am a huge fan. I'll leave their link in the description of this video so you guys can check out their website today and look through all their wonderful products. I'm certain there's something for everyone on there. Now let's jump into today's recipe. All right. It has been so long since I have been in front of this camera. It almost feels strange. I feel a little nervous. I have had a heck of a month last month. February was very rough for me, but I am glad to be back and making recipes for you guys. Now let's go ahead and get started adding our ingredients to the bowl. We're going to begin with 1/4 cup of lupin flour. To this, I'm going to be adding some wheat protein isolate, the 8,000 version. Now, you can use the 5,500 version, but it's a little bit higher in protein, so you may want to consider that. Next, I'm going to be adding 1/2 cup of some peanut butter powder. I probably should have said we are going to be making peanut butter chocolate chip cookie dough. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna love this. If you like Reese's Pieces or their Buttercups, you guys are gonna love this. However, I will leave a variation to do this as just a chocolate chip version in the description of this video. So there will be 2 lists of ingredients, one for this and one for a chocolate chip version. And now in my bowl here, I have 1/2 teaspoon of some salt. I have 1/4 teaspoon of some ascorbic acid, and that is just, I'm using it as a preservative, so you can skip that if you want to, but just in case you want to try to keep this fresher longer, then go ahead and add that. And then I have another optional here. This is 1 teaspoon of some ground vanilla. If you don't have ground vanilla, then later when we add the liquid vanilla, you can just do 2 teaspoons of that. But for now, I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of ground vanilla. And now we want to go ahead and give this a good whisk and mix everything up. And this smells super good already. Now, in order to make this a safe cookie dough to eat, we are going to go ahead and put our flour on a cookie sheet, and we're going to toast this in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. And that's just to make sure our flours are all nice and safe to consume raw. And you just want to put it on your cookie sheet like so, and just sprinkle it out until you get a nice little even layer. And if you want, you can just kind of crush down some of those bigger lumps. So I'm going to put this in the oven for 10 minutes at 350. Okay, now while our flour is in the oven, we're going to go ahead and get the wet part of this together. In my bowl here, I have 1 stick or 1/2 cup of some room temperature butter. And you want to make sure this is nice and soft. To this, I'm going to be adding 1/2 cup of this here allulose sweetener blend. And then I'm going to be adding 1/2 cup of brown swerve. And we want to go ahead and cream this together before adding anything else to it. Okay, now with that all nice and creamed, I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla. But if you don't have the ground vanilla, do 2 teaspoons. Then I'm gonna be adding 2 teaspoons of some non-dairy milk. This is cashew milk. And to this, I'm going to be adding 1 pasteurized egg. And I did that by taking 1 egg and I put it in my sous vide for an hour and 15 minutes at 130 degrees. So as you can see, it's raw. It looks a little funny, but it's perfectly safe to eat this raw now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my dough. And I'm certain there's probably other methods for pasteurizing an egg, but that's just the one that I happen to use. So I will see if I can leave a link to other ways to do it. And now you just want to get this all nice and mixed together. All right, my flour is out of the oven and I'm just gonna go ahead and add this to my mix and give it another whisk. And I'm only gonna add half of it right now so it can mix together evenly. Okay, and in my bowl here, I have 75 grams of People Keto's chocolate chips, and I'm just gonna add that to my bowl, and using a spatula, I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this together. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together. And I probably should have waited until my flour cooled down to do this, because usually I don't put it in right out of the oven, but for the sake of the video, I did. Because my dough now is a little soft. So I'm gonna stick this in the refrigerator. When you do this, let your flour cool off. But if yours is a little soft for some reason, just stick it in the refrigerator for a little bit, and then we will get it scooped out and stored away. So I will see you guys back here probably in about 15-20 minutes. My cookie dough is nice and refrigerated, and it has hardened up some, which is what you want, because you want to be able to scoop it out easily and put it into whatever containers you're going to put them in to store this. For me, I like to use these little disposable ice cream containers. They're the perfect size. They have a lid, and so this is how I prefer to store mine. So I like to put roughly 4 scoops of this into each one. And that's it. Look, this is it. This is peanut butter and chocolate chip edible cookie dough. I would totally try this on camera for you guys, but it is not my eating window, and you guys know how strict I am about that. But this is absolutely delicious. It smells fantastic. As I said before, if you're not a fan of peanut butter and chocolate chips together, I will leave just a chocolate chip version of this in a chocolate chip version of this recipe in the description of this video. In my honest opinion, I don't know, maybe it's because it reminds me of Reese's Pieces. I tend to gravitate to this one more than just the plain chocolate chip version. This one is my favorite. But that is going to be it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these put in their containers with their lids on. Also, another thing that you might want to do is you might want to label them by date, just so you know how long these have been in the refrigerator. I would probably suggest eating these somewhere between the 4 and 7 day range. I think that's when it's freshest. I made a batch of this before I got sick. And after 16 days in the refrigerator, it was not that great. So I would definitely say eat this in the week that you make it. So that is going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button for me. If you're new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button and don't forget to ding that little bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video. And until next time, you guys, bye.